sports and political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. So, in this particular video, we're going to talk about the exchange that went down on ESPN's First Take earlier this morning between Malika Andrews, who is the host of NBA Today, and Stephen A. Smith, who's also a contributor to NBA Today, but he is the host of First Take. Now, this is the fallout between the suspension levied on Boston Celtics head coach Ime Udoka for all intents and purposes getting involved in fraternization. Okay? Now, what Malika Andrews attempted to do was take it in the direction to where, one, nobody on the network speculated about blaming other women. But two, and more importantly, took what Stephen A. Smith said out of context. Now, Stephen A. Smith let her get her diatribe off, and when he tried to offer a rebuttal for what she said, not even a minute into Stephen A. Smith trying to get his point across, she tries to come off and overtalk him. And Stephen A. Smith, to his credit, actually stood on his square and let her know that you are not going to come here and cut me off. I am going to get my point across, and you're going to show the respect of your counterpart and your contemporary. Now, there ain't a whole lot of times I agree with this Batman. If you follow my channel, I've had some choice words for Stephen A. Smith, but in this case, right here, in this case right here, he's absolutely right. Countless incidents of that type of behavior goes on behind closed doors. Of two consenting adults getting involved in all kinds of wild sexual encounters, whether it be in the office, whether it be in the bathroom, whether it be in the car, in the parking lot, or in the parking garage, whatever. That type of activity goes on. And in typical fashion, those individuals involved who get caught get disciplined. Either they get fired. If you're in the military, you face Article 15, right? Maybe you get put on restriction, get some money taken away from you, and one if not both parties gets transferred to other commands. And the civilian sector, like I just said, people will get disciplined if not fired. But Stephen A. Smith had a point. You never did this before with anybody else. Why take the unprecedented step of doing it with Ime Udoka? Two things are in play here. One, when anything goes down in a negative light, let's make the black man out to be the face of it. Now, Ime Udoka is not a foundational black American, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether or not he's a foundational black American. The fact of the matter is, he does not have the skin color for the protection. Second thing that's in play here. This is meant to provide a distraction for the whole thing involving Brett Favre. But I know what's going on. I'm smarter than the average bear. Yeah, because when it comes to trashing black men, well, who would they roll out there to trash black men? Well, they either use other black men to trash black men, or they would use black women to trash black men. So we're just gonna put Ime Udoka out there for public excoriation and public trashing, and not reveal who was the other person that was involved, because last time I checked, it took two to tango. It took two to dance. You just can't subject Ime Udoka to public excoriation while protecting the feelings and the identity and the privacy of the woman involved. You can't sit up there and preach about transparency and having one standard for all, and then in another breath, you're out here trying to protect. Oh well, we don't need to be out here blaming all women. Well, first of all, Stephen A. and nobody on ESPN was blaming other women. That was all. That was all on Twitter. That was going on, and all Brad Stevens did was said what was going on Twitter. Now, the Boston Celtics really fucked up, if you ask me. But you shouldn't be surprised. This is the Boston Celtics we're talking about here. When they sit up here condoning fans, um, saying the N-word to DeMarcus Cousins, and hit a person with kid gloves throwing a water bottle at Kyrie Irving. I mean, come on. Come on. Boston is a racist ass fucking town. So you should not expect anything different. And they completely fucked up. They did. And ain't not nobody can say that's going to change my thought process on that. The Boston Celtics totally fucked this up. This could have been handled in-house like everything else you do, right? Hey, if you're going to fire Ime Udoka, okay, you could have fired him for conduct detrimental to the organization, and we can sit here to the high heavens and speculate all day and all night about what happened. The military does this all the time. Hey, an incident happens on the ship, captain gets fired, they give out the generic response, loss in confidence in his ability to command. And we'll sit up here and speculate all day long about whether he ran aground or got involved in an improper relationship or whatever. But yeah, Malika Andrews was completely wrong. But you know what? This ain't the first time Malika Andrews been out of pocket. This ain't the first time she's been out here, trying to carry water. So at least this time I'm rocking with Stephen A. But and this is why I basically stand on this whole notion regarding that segment. And then Malika Andrews tried to double down on stupid on her own show NBA Today. When Kendrick Perkins tried to make the same point Stephen A. Smith made, then she comes back around, cuts him off, and then trying to insert her own talking point into it. It's disgusting and it's unacceptable. Now, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LGBT